Okay, what's up, everybody? Punchingbagskunk Greg here from Punchingbagskunk.com. Yeah, go check us out on the website. You got some good articles on there. You gotta go check out the playlist on the YouTube channel. Got a lot of good videos on the playlist on the YouTube channel, Punchingbagskunk. We're all over the social media. We're on. Let me get this out of the way. We're on Twitter, Reddit, Tumblr, Blogger, Pinterest, LinkedIn, Mix, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. We're all over. We're Punchingbagskunk all over the universe. I want to get to what I really want to talk about today. The title of this video is "Boxing is Soft, Fake, and Rigged." Okay, boom, bam, bam. Now you know where this video is going. Yeah, it is soft. It's just ridiculous. The kids are calling guys all-time greats when they when they ain't did a damn thing. Kids are nobody wants to fight each other in the boxing game. It's just totally ridiculous. And I'm saying to the point like when you take the fighters of yesterday and the fighters of today and put them head to head, totally side to side, the careers wise and just the general feel of the sport, you see that boxing today is just like I said, soft. It feels rigged, fake. It feels like wrestling. It's ridiculous. Like I say, you got guys calling people all the time. And the fans today are just like clueless. Like most of the fans today are clueless and they're just brainwashed to think all these guys are calling guys like Canelo. First of all, let me just get this out of the way. If you guys know me, you know I don't care about. I don't care. I say it like I see it. I'm a straight shooter. And I'm telling you, so I'm gonna talk about people's fighters, and if you get butthurt about it, I don't care. Trust me, I don't care. You ain't gonna whoop my ass, so I don't care. So I'm saying, you're calling guys like Canelo, and the reason why I add that disclaimer right away, because Canelo fans are like zombies, just like the Tyson Fury fans, zombies. They're just zombies, like, I don't want nothing. Look, you're calling this guy an all-time great. Think about that. When you say all-time great, you're adding everybody. You're talking guys like Henry Armstrong. You're talking about guys like Sugar Ray Robinson. You're talking about guys like Joe Louis. You're adding everybody. So that's not a little thing. That's when you say he's an all-time great, you're putting him in the same Sam Langford. I mean, Jack Johnson. And you're talking about the history of the sport. Rocky Marciano, Larry Holmes. I can go on. When you say all-time great. Now you can say, if you say stuff like this, I'd almost give you a pass if you said something like, today he's the greatest, or whatever. But these guys, these delusional fans are saying all-time greats. That's delusion. I don't care how you want to say it, it's delusion. Because the bottom line is, look, Canelo got his ass whooped by Floyd. And by what I understand, if I remember correctly, and sometimes I don't fact check, so I just guess it, and then I got people that come on and go, oh, you're stupid because shut the hell up. I don't want to hear none of that crap today. The thing is, Canelo got his ass whooped by Floyd, and I think Floyd was an old man when he fought him. And now the delusional fans say stuff like this. Or he wasn't really seasoned yet, and he was a young pro. He didn't come into his own. Oh, that's bullcrap. Nothing but not. Listen, Costa Tszyu beat Juan Laporte, alright? And it's like third or fourth fight. Might even been his second or third fight. The fresh pro. And listen, Juan Laporte fought everybody back in the day. I mean, he gave everybody hell, including Julio Cesar Chavez. You follow what I'm saying? So you're calling these guys great fighters. They're not great fighters. They're good fighters. I even call them great fighters for this day. I even give you that much, you jackass, because I knew you're going to be crying. So I even give you that much. They're great fighters for today. But don't be saying the all-time greats. And then, no, not even close. How you going to compare a guy like Canelo Alvarez to a guy like Archie Moore, who got over 100 fights? Are you kidding me? Get out of here with that. It's just aggravating. You know what I mean? Not even close. You know what I mean? And he got Floyd, and don't make me get on Floyd. And Floyd went on saying he's better than Muhammad Ali. Man, you ought to be ashamed of yourself for saying that. Now, I'm not saying Floyd ain't good. 50-0 is 50-0. You can't argue with a bubble. I get all that. But Julio Cesar Chavez was what, like 79-0 before he lost to my man there who just passed, God bless his soul. Oh man, this guy aggravates me now. You know what I'm talking about. The first one to put him down, Frankie Randall. Alright? Chavez was like 79-0 before he lost to Frankie Randall. So Roberto Duran had 70-something wins. Sugar Ray Robinson, 80-90 wins in a row. Knockouts. I mean, so how are you, Floyd, sitting there saying you're better than Ali and better than all these great legendary fighters because you're 50-0. I know fighters that are not even talented fighters. And when I say talented, I mean not even like super talented fighters like you. Wow, you great fighter that are damn near got 50 fights. I know fighters that are journeymen that got 50 fights. So because he got 50 fights, he's all-time great. Get out of here with that nonsense, man. It just aggravates me, man. These guys are funny, man. Canelo got beat by Floyd. Alright? Another thing is Canelo hasn't fought the guys out there that give him a challenge. Look, how are you going to say you're an all-time great when there's a boogeyman that you are just petrified to fight? Everyone knows it. The boxing public knows it. It's common knowledge now. Demetrius Andrade. It's getting to the point where it's getting embarrassing now because you really can't make no excuse not to fight the guy. So what you're doing is you say, oh, he don't sell tickets, or all that money bullcrap. You know what I mean? So you don't have to buy, And then you got the brainwashed fans that buy into that business model that's on boxing now. There's a business model on boxing now that makes it about money and not about the best fighter. You understand? So now, I don't care if you're a good fighter. If you don't sell tickets, then I'm justified in not fighting you because it's not a good business move. Think about that. This is boxing. This ain't Wall Street. This is not Wall Street. It's a boxing. It's a warrior sport. I should say it used to be a warrior sport because now you got a bunch of kids out here that don't want to fight. No, listen. Back when I was coming up, there was what they call the Fab Four. Alright? Boxing fans, real old school hip hop, not hip hop, but old school boxing fans know the Fab Four. Everyone knows, even the kids today know the Fab Four. The Fab Four was Sugar Ray Leonard, Marvin Hagler, Burl Duran, and Tommy Hearns. Them four fighters made history by facing each other. Now you got a Fab 20. You're Fab 20 fighters that nobody wants to fight each other. And how can you say, that's why I say boxing is soft. So boxing is soft as a soft green pepper. It's soft. You know what I mean? It's damn near rigged. When you got a fighter like Demetrius Andrade that's wallowing in the outskirts of the boxing universe that everyone just said, I don't see him. Even though I don't see him. And he's there, undefeated champion, and Canelo's not fighting him. There's something wrong with boxing. That means there's a business model on boxing that shouldn't be there. Fighters should fight the best available fighters. I don't care if it's 2 people in the arena. I don't care if it's nobody in the arena. I don't care if you ain't making a bunch of money. You fight the best out there. That's what the old dudes did. Some of these old fighters like Henry Armstrong and go back to Randy Turner and Sugar Ray Robinson. Some guys will fight once a month. Alright? These guys will fight once a month. You got what I'm saying? They ain't fighting once a year. These guys will fight and earn their keep. These kids now are scared to lose the bubble. I don't want to lose my bubble, you punks. It's like, come on, man. You know what I mean? They don't want to lose your undefeated. Like a loss is a death sentence today. A loss in boxing, death sentence. Because now I'm not pretty marketable now. Like you're a bunch of punks. You're calling yourself great, and you got fans, delusional fans that bite into that nonsense. Let me tell you something. Boxing used to be dangerous. That's why everyone couldn't do it, because it was a dangerous sport. these days, boxing is not dangerous anymore. Anyone can do it. Yeah, anybody can do it. You want to be a buyer? You're gonna do some fancy pad work. You got guys thinking they're trainers now because they do a fancy choreographed pad routine, a pretty pad routine. Listen, pad routine. When I train fighters, I don't care about all that stuff. The pads are supposed to be used for counter, to learn great counter punches. It's not for the glorified dance routine. You might as well be crip walking or pop locking or whatever. Say, get out of boxing with that nonsense. It's bullcrap. You know, fighters used to, listen, they stop fights and do smacks on and that's it, fight's over. Fight's over. Refs stopping fights, you know, because someone broke a fingernail. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You know what I mean? When I walked into the gym in 1977. Young kid. Really skinny, anorexic skinny, a little skinny grunt. But, you know, fighter, went to lift weights. Wanted to lift weights to get bigger, you know what I mean? But when I walked into the gym, and you can't really call it a gym, it was a church that a great man named Archie Johnson converted into a gym. And you can't really call it a gym because they only had 2 pair of boxing gloves, a pair for one fighter, a pair for that. I think I had like 2 jump ropes, no bags, had a sit-up mat, but it was a boxing gym. And here's how Archie used to do it. And in these days, this will never happen in boxing. This is why it did not made like we was made before. When you came into the gym, a kid comes into the gym and says, I want to be a fighter, Mr. Johnson. And he said, oh yeah, okay. And what he'll do is he'll put you in with the toughest kid in the gym. Right away. Bing, boom, bang, busting lip, eyes, busting chop, all over the place. All over the place, and then you go home and you decide if you want to be a fighter. Do you want to be a fighter? Do I really want to do this? And if you show up the next day, he knows you want to be a fighter. And sometimes it takes 2, 3, 4, 5 days. Listen, when I first got there, he put me right in. I remember to this day, Kid Joe, bust my nose, bust my lip, bust me up pretty good. You know what I mean? I came back. Did it again, came back. He said, this kid really want to fight. That breeded toughness in these fighters. That ain't happening today. These kids are on Facebook and Instagram and all this stuff with their pictures of them doing a jump rope routine or doing a pad routine or I'm this, I'm that. You ain't did a damn thing. Ain't even one. Got people bragging. You got people bragging about winning the novice Golden Gloves. Oh my God. We used to win that. People win the novice Golden Gloves without even fighting. You get a bye. And if you do fight, you probably fight one time. Sometimes they just hand you the belt and you're officially the Southern New England novice champion. This even happens in the open class. Sometimes you fight once or twice for the Southern. You know, really, don't even tell me you did nothing as an amateur until you go make us a mock in a national tournament. Other than that, I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear I'm 20-time regional champion. Because I know you get them belts, them regional belts with no fights half the time. And if you win it one year, nobody wants to fight, so you get passed by. So don't even, this is where this stuff starts at. Now you got kids that coming through that system of boxing and they're calling themselves all-time greats with 20 fights. With 20 damn fights. They ain't built like we was built. You're not built. I mean, I was what, you know, take for instance this kid Ryan Garcia, alright? He messed around. I seen the good video. He talks good. He's good. I mean, this is about marketable now. It's like, you're gonna have everything. What are we, movie stars or are we fighters? Huh? Are we movie stars or are we fighters? You know what I'm saying? Now the package gotta be, you gotta be marketable. You gotta be able to. There was guys that was Hispanic guys that couldn't speak a bit of English, but they still put them in the big fights. Now Spanish fighters got to be bilingual because they're gonna appeal to the American fans. All this business nonsense, you can take it, put it in the bag, and throw it right out of boxing. Get rid of it because that's what's ruining boxing. That's why you got boxers fighting wrestlers and basketball players and YouTube stars and all this other nonsense. It's a bunch of bullshit. I try to keep it clean, but sometimes I just can't help it because it aggravates me. It just aggravates me. It's a bunch of bull crap. And then you're comparing yourself, you know what I mean, to the old school. Listen, Hearns, Hagler, Ray Leonard, and Roberto Duran made just a lifetime of fights. Now you got 20 fighters that won't even fight each other these days. You know, Lomachenko lost to Teofimo Lopez. So the fight that should happen is Ryan Garcia should fight Lomachenko, because again, Teofimo don't want to give him a rematch because that's what happens in today's fight. I beat him once, I'm not going to take a chance to beat him again. So he don't want to fight Lomachenko. There you go. So at the very least, Ryan Garcia should be fighting Lomachenko, or either Devin Haney, or even my good friend Richard Coleman. I got to meet Richard Coleman before he lost his belt to Teofimo up in the Ring 10 function up there in New York a little over a year and a half or 2 years ago. And nice kid. You know what I'm saying? There's guys out there that can fight. Guys like what's his name, Linares, and you know, why is he trying to fight Manny Pacquiao? Huh? That stuff there. And you talk about you know, all. I'm getting ready. I'm gonna get ready to cut it up because you know, let me see, we running. But my point is, boxing is going. If it keeps going in this route, this business model, that's not. Who the hell did that anyway? I tend to think Floyd started that mess. With all that money, make it rain, all that money bull crap. They got Adrian Broner into it, and all these fighters coming up want to be money and all that junk. I think Floyd started that mess. You did it, Floyd. I'm calling you out. You started that mess. You started that mess about money. Your name is Money Mayweather. You started that. Now kids don't. And here's the problem, Floyd, that they don't see the hard work that you. I know it's your hard work, dedication, hard work, all that bull. Just all these catchphrases that don't mean a damn thing. Catchphrases don't mean a damn thing. You started that, Floyd. Now kids, they don't remember. They don't know when you was lightweight fighting all them guys, the lightweight champion. I forget his name, you know, whatever. I don't want to insult nobody. But they don't remember them fights against Diego Corrales. They don't remember them early fights when you actually had to fight. The iron. They just see you stealing money now, because that's all you do. That's all you've been doing since Pacquiao. Your last real fight was De La Hoya. After that, everything else been stealing money. That's it. Stealing money, Floyd. That's all you've been doing is stealing money. Stealing money. You and Al Haven, the rest of whoever, your boy there, you know, all you do is steal money. Sit back with that. Somebody put a Harvard business model, business 101. Listen, these words, words like demographic, words like marketing strategies, these words should not be in boxing. There's no place for that junk in boxing. Boxing shouldn't be worried about numbers. I watched Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury argue pre-fight at the press build-up about who sells more tickets. Now, what kind of crap is that? Can you imagine George Foreman? I'm sorry, let's even use Ali and Joe Frazier at a press conference arguing about who's more popular. Yeah. Oh, there you go. That's why I call them all jackasses. Jackasses. These days. Bunch of nonsense. Then you wonder why boxing ain't about nothing. You wonder why. You got all these fights, they want to fight each other, they all want to run around and just back in the day, we used to call that cell fighting. Old school guys know what that means. That means when you're locked in the cell and you ain't know it, ain't no one letting you out, and you just talking junk. That's called cell fighting. All these kids do today is cell fight. Alright? All they do is get on social media and cell fight. I sold more tickets. I'll kick your butt. I took your girl. I this and that and that. Just fight! Just fight! This is a fight game. I just ain't acting Hollywood. Or that's why you guys get hurt in the ring. You know, then that's bad. But it's a risk that you take when you step in the ring. So all that crying and all that junk, I'm sorry, and I don't want to disrespect anybody that got hurt in the ring, and I no means maybe say that, so don't come on my timeline with that bull crap, because I got hot. Just as much as I care about people too, but I care about the sport. And the sport can't be hard and soft at the same time. They don't live in the same atmosphere. You either gotta be hard or soft. It ain't no middle ground. So if you go to boxing, you're gonna take a chance of getting hurt. You're gonna get a chance of getting CT, whatever they call that stuff. You're gonna get a chance of getting Alzheimer's. You're gonna get a chance of dying. Sorry, that's what it is. Alright? It's no way to soften it up, to make, because when you do that, you ruin the sport. It's got to be the element of danger. Let me tell you something. I got 40% hearing in this ear from the boxing, a direct result of the boxing game. I've had an orbital bone chip, which anybody that knows what that is, knows it's extremely painful. Okay? Orbital bone chip. Broken nose. See that tooth? Discolored, nervous dead. Knocked right back. I pulled it back. This is how tough he was back in the day, and I'm bragging on myself. In the sparring session, guy came up, knocked my tooth back like that. I told my trainer, all right, let's go. I was gonna pull it out so I could finish sparring. And he said, no, don't pull that out. Just stop fighting. So he had to stop. They're not built like that no more. They're not built like 15-round fighters back in the day with Sugar Leonard coming back in the 14th round to beat Tommy Hearns. They're not built like Tommy Hearns, who never had no legs, but somehow, some way, never had no legs or chin. Alright? But found some way to build a Hall of Fame career. Not by fluffing udder, not by faking the funk, not by stunting, but by fighting! It's a bunch of bullcrap. I'm really surprised that I'm calling you old timers out. You guys that fought in the Lincoln Park ballroom, and you guys that fought in them old arenas like that I've been in, these guys that fight back there, I'm surprised that you guys ain't ripping raw mad just like I am. It's a bunch of bullcrap. Conor McGregor. This guy got his ass whooped in the octagon, came to boxing, got his ass whooped in boxing, went back down to the octagon, got his ass whooped again, but he's busy stealing money. Alright? Busy stealing money. Because it sells. Because now it's a business model. If you got a good business plan, marketing plan, ploy, which is really just robbing the boxing public, and you got these new school jackasses that are so into that now, you might as well be following the Kardashians, you jackass. This ain't the Kardashians, this is boxing. Alright, I'm gonna calm down. Hey, let me calm down here, man. Have you all souped up? Alright, listen, this is Punchingbagskunk.com when you get the best on boxing. You know I'm gonna hit you with it right in the kisser. I'm not gonna pull no punches. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming straight at you. And hey, you know what? Bring it, young bucks. Bring it. Bring it. You ain't whooping my ass. Bring it. You know what I mean? Bring it. Bring it to the comments. I'm talking about the comments. I ain't talking about physical fighting nobody. I'm too old for that junk. You know what I mean? You don't want to do that anyway, trust me. But I'm talking about, give me your feedback of why I'm wrong or why boxing is harder now than it used to be. But let me check out your typing skills, your intellectual capacity to explain to me why boxes are harder now than they was back in my day. Because I don't see it. I see a bunch of punks. Alright, that's what I see. I see a bunch of punks that's sitting around from top to bottom. I'll throw some. Alright, since I don't want it to be a totally negative video, I'm gonna throw some names up there to some of the fighters today that I respect. That I think. There's a lot that I respect, but I mean that I think could or would if it wasn't for the managers and scary ass managers. Look, let me just add this: fighters, sometimes it's not the fighter. Sometimes it's just scary ass managers and promoters, and they don't want to get the L because they want to keep making money eating off them. So sometimes it ain't the fighter. Sometimes the fighter actually wants to fight this guy, but they're scary ass yellow Oscars. Oscar De La Hoya. Don't want to do it.